Commissioner Sykes,
Here.
Commissioner Harris,
Here.
Commissioner Earl is present by Zoom, Commissioner Downey,
Here.
Mayor,
Here.
Police Chief,
Here.
Fire Chief,
Here.
Public Works,
Here.
represented by Lane Roberts, and City Attorney.
Present.
So we do have one voting item today. The first item for the van rental agreement for the community service work program, just until our purchase van is delivered in October. We're requesting to rent a van from Edwards Transportation for $100 a day.
Do we have funds in the budget today, $100 a day, 5 days, is that 5 days a week?
5 days a week and free on the weekends. It'll come out to be about like 25 to 4,000.
And we doing this till what month?
Until October the 2nd. So about 16, 17 days.
That's how much van costs in our house, what is it?
The van was like 51,000.
That's a little steep.
So it'll be like 1,700, 1,800.
Until we get it.
Uh-huh.
17, how many days?
1,700, for about 17 days. Until like October the 2nd, like the first week of October. Oh, I'm sorry, I just counted August. I'm thinking we're in September already, I'm sorry.
It was about 20, 25.
That's what I got, 4,500.
You're trying to.
And then so we can start the program on Monday instead of waiting until October.
We need the program to get going.
Yeah. So that.
I got you on a motion,
Yes, sir.
so moved.
Second. Favor, use of sign.
Alright,
Opposers.
we running Monday.
Yes, sir. Okay, and on Monday, we'll, take up Mr. Chris Mullins will be here for discussions, and Doug Berganoni, as well as Ms. Deborah Brown, Aurelia Jones-Taylor, and Josephine Lyons to discuss the Sassy Park. We have board appointments for Housing Authority and the Planning Commission. The police department will be announcing their agility test to take place on August the 29th at Lee Academy. We'll also request for the police department to purchase a vehicle on the state contract. We'll also acknowledge the reimbursement of a claim to be paid to the city. We have Mr. Chuck Rutledge here for Sunflower Riverwalk update.
Good afternoon. We have, let's see where are we? Change order number 4, which is a change order for the framing contractor that simply incorporates the 3rd Street steps and deck that were rotten. We're incorporating that into the framer contract is in the budget, and the unit costs are consistent with all the work that's being done, as done to date. On invoices.
Where's this specifically located?
I'm sorry.
Where's this specifically?
At the end of 3rd Street, you know, there were some existing steps that went down to a deck.
Okay.
And then, so we're replacing all, it was rotten,
Yes.
so we're replacing all of that and connecting it to the boardwalk. So now 3rd Street will have a really nice, safe access to the boardwalk. Invoices, we have a number of just progress payments, 14,000 to the framer, John Crawley, hydraulic engineer, who did our hydraulic study and no rise certificate. That's just a balance due him for his completed work. True Value, 2 invoices for miscellaneous lumber, and Smith & Weiland, $475 for miscellaneous printing over the course of the project to date. And one other invoice that we need in here is it's an $11,250 invoice from Coma Collective for project management. This is the first invoice that we have submitted, which segues to the contract discussion. Next item. Previous administration, when we started this project, the previous administration approved 2 contracts with Coma Collective. One was for $11,250 under the RTP grant, which is the West Side work. And the other, under the most grant, was for $75,750. The RTP, there's no issue there, we're 90% complete on the RTP side. All we lack are a couple of benches, trash cans, and some signs, and then that work will be done. And then this invoice to Coleman Collective needs to be paid so that we can submit for a $120,000 grant reimbursement. So we have to pay all of that out, which I'd like to do as soon as possible so we can submit for that reimbursement. On the most contract, we budgeted $86,000 for project management originally, and that was approved by the state. And in discussions with staff and Millicent in particular, fought hard to get some of that project management funds available, make that available for offsetting city administrative costs. And so the contract to Coleman Collective was made out for $75,750. Unfortunately, this type of grant does not allow that. It's a reimbursement grant, so you have to spend the money to get reimbursed, and the city can't write itself a check for these services. The city could contribute those services as a match, but we didn't need that. We got the grant without that. So at the end of the day, what we'd like to do is do an amendment to that contract to take it back up to the budgeted $86,000 funded by the grant. If we don't fund it, then we don't get the money. I mean, it goes back to the state. They won't recognize the $86,000 unless we spend the $86,000. And selfishly, Coleman Collective has done, we've been working on this project since 2019, and we think $86,000 is the right number. But it's a budgeted number, and if we don't spend it, we lose it. So, we'd like to work with Melvin on amending that contract.
Is the project coming in under or over budget?
Right now, we are tracking right on budget.
Do we have a reserve built into that?
No. I'm managing it every week, and we've been able to, if we have like our bridge overrun, but the bids are coming in high, so we are looking at where we have savings in certain items and allocating those savings to cover those costs with most board approval. And so we're managing the budget to make sure we come in.
You're not asking for this is gonna vote on for today, right?
No.
So we're gonna go back over this again Monday? All right, thanks. Okay, I'm trying to get them out of here, not come Monday.
Well, look, so if you have questions, please, there's a lot of history here that I'm happy to answer any questions you got.
I guess they want to hear your speech again, Mike, they want to see your face.
Is that tired of me yet? All right, that's all I have for you. So see you on Monday.
Thanks, sir.
On Monday, we'll also request for the board, clerk and grandfather to attend the small town conference. We will also receive proposals for our printer fleet from Southern Duplicating and Toshiba. I did provide y'all with that printout. We requested to acknowledge those and accept the lowest and best. Are there any questions about that?
So that's on Monday, we'll make, a choice between Southern Duplicating and Toshiba.
Yes, and my recommendation is Toshiba. Also on Monday, we acknowledge the, renewal rate received from Principal and accept that for this fiscal year. We'll also acknowledge the proposals received for insurance coverage. And there's one item that's missing here, we'll request to rescind. So I'll also be adding to rescind the vote made for, Blue Cross with, Mississippi Marketing Group. Rescind that, and then we'll acknowledge the proposal received, and then y'all will vote again to accept the best one. We'll also acknowledge, to ask to set hearings for the following properties: 511 Page, 623 Barnes, 958 School, and 919 Vincent.
I do wanna interject, we do expect a waiver for 919 Vincent, we just wanna get everything on the list just in case, it's not back, so we can, make sure we have the process started on all properties, commissioners have identified.
And we'll acknowledge status changes in the police department, fire department, and in the fire department. We'll request to pay accounts payable for July and reimburse incidental expense account for July, as well as the debit card account. And then to pay the miscellaneous claims listed. Also to approve the minutes for July the 9th and the 13th. Those will be in your box and emailed to you. Then we'll request to advertise for the budget hearing on August the 24th at 5:15. Next, we'll go into closed session.
So moved.